Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Right, okay. Right. I'm willing to lose every account. Wait for me a minute forever. I am willing to lose every account I own, right? I just walked out of my house, walked to the house this happened in, right? I filmed outside it. It took me how long to get there, forever?
Not long at all, a couple of minutes.
Bearing in mind, I'm wearing fucking pyjama shorts right now, right, and a vest. I walked out of my house in pyjama shorts and a vest and a pair of fucking sliders, walked to the house that this happened in with my camera on, and I walked back to my house. If I literally was an accomplice in a unaliving in that house, do you think I would be living here quite happily, doors down to the victim of that crime? Because the victim lives just down the road to me.
And imagine how their family must be feeling if any of them come across that post.
And I will walk there again if I have to, right? I live in a town, right? And it's all been outed now, right? This guy knows my name. My last name is Turner. He's Googled Turner and the town Mildenhall. And the road that I gave him was the road that's at the back of me, right? Because, like, literally, there's a road and there's lots of roads that go off it. And I gave him the road at the back of me because I didn't want him knowing where I lived, because I saw what he did declare. And he insinuated he knew where I lived. He goes, oh, you know, blah, 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 before, I know where you live, I know where you live. And I posted a picture of the red arrows, and I caught my back garden in it, right? So it was obviously it was taken in my back garden. And he said something about, no, me doxing where I live. And I went, yeah, Pembroke Close, and what, St Pizza, or something like that, right? I didn't give him my actual road, right? I kind of insinuated it was somewhere else.
No one would.
For my own protection, right? So he's Googled Turner, Pembroke Close, Mildenhall, or Turner Mildenhall, and come up with this unaliving that happened 10 years ago. And he's put 2 and 2 together and come with 112, right? My name is Angel Turner. It has been since 2002, when I changed my surname by deed poll to my then boyfriend's name. I had no intentions of ever getting married. I don't agree with marriage. It's my personal thing. So in 2002, I changed my name and my eldest 2 children's names by deed poll to Turner to match my youngest children and the partner. A year later, because my husband was in the army, or I ended up marrying him, because my husband was in the army, we couldn't live together unless we were married. We couldn't move into a married quarter without being married. So a year later in 2003, April 2003, we got married. So we had a bit of an issue because I'd gone from Turner getting married to a Turner, and they did question it, right? It was all sorted. I have never had an issue with that deed poll certificate since 2002. I've got bank accounts. I've gone self-employed with it, so HMRC have accepted it. Tax credits accepted it when I had child tax credit. Every job that I've had, anything I've ever done, that has been enough. I sent it to the passport office a couple of months ago when I got my daughter's passport because of her school trip, and they wouldn't accept the deed poll certificate, even though it was done as solicitors, by the way, because it didn't have my old signature on it. It only had my new signature that I changed my name to in 2002. So my maiden name, it hadn't been signed in that. And nowadays, when you go to have your name changed by deed poll, it has both signatures on, apparently. Back then it didn't. 2002 it didn't, right? There's not even a space for it, right? So I had a bit of a hoo-ha. This is what he's claiming, that this is why my name's fucking Janet. Right, there was a bit of a hoo-ha with the passport office. And I said, okay, send it back. I'll sign it in my old name and I'll send it back to you. They were like, okay, we'll do that. So they sent it back. Checked my emails the next day when I was about to post it back. I hadn't even posted it back. And they've approved my passport without getting it back, right? So they accepted it anyway. That was the only issue I've had. And I've got all that on email, by the way, because I was emailing backwards and forwards, saying, well, just send me the fucking deed poll certificate. I haven't used, like, that deed poll certificate I haven't used in years because I've only needed my marriage certificate. I'm now divorced, by the way. So yeah, that was the only issue I've ever had with passport office, apart from a couple of years before that. I didn't know my mum and dad's dates of birth and details that I needed. I grew up in care. I have had no dealings with my parents until the year after lockdown. My mum contacted me, and I'm now in contact with my birth mum because she's in a care home, right? I have no contact with my dad since I was 15. And at that point, I hadn't had contact with my mum most of my adult life, right? And I am going to explain all this, right? Because this man's using these little snippets of information and twisting them to fit his narrative. If I was an accomplice in an unaliving, I would not be able to live in this town, let me tell you. If I was this woman that he claims I am, the only woman that was in that house when that happened was 45 when it happened. That was 10 years ago, right? Or 12 years ago, whatever it was. Somebody said earlier it'd make her 59, but I'm pretty sure I read earlier that she was 45. I might have had that wrong, right? But she's older than me anyway. The guy's in his 60s, right? I was never married to an Andrew Turner. I've never been in the guy's house. I didn't know him. I didn't even know the victim. I know one of the victim's relatives very well because she's the mother of my children's friends, right? And she posted it on Facebook when it all happened. And as you do, you put, oh, my condolences, rah, 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 in the comments. But I didn't ask her questions about it. I certainly am not known to the family. I'm definitely not anything to do with it. My name has never been Janice. I categorically can tell you my name has never been Janice or Janet. It has always been Angel. It's on my birth certificate. My surname changed when I was in 2002 when I changed it by deed poll. And then I got married in 2003. I don't need to explain any more than that. Let him come with the evidence that I am this Janet or Janice and that I was married to an Andrew, or that I even lived at that house. When I've had numerous people in the comments here that live in my town that have attested to the fact that my name has always been the same and that I have had nothing to do with that. There are people that live in my town in these comments that have backed me on it. But this guy is still going to go with the story. And he's back in here now. Hello, Stell. Would you like to come up in the box and tell everybody how I'm an accomplice again? And how my name is Janet? Because you do love the attention. He won't argue with the police. When the police turn up at his door and say, this woman had nothing to do with the investigation, she has nothing to do with the family. Still, I moved to this town in 2008 when my husband left the army, right? My husband that was born in Essex, I was born in London. We were based in London at St John's Wood Barracks. My husband was in the King's Troop RHA. He left in 2008. That's when we moved here. We actually moved here a week before Valentine's Day because he was still in London on Valentine's Day and I was in Suffolk. Okay, sweetheart. This is how it happened. And we moved here, right? The guy in that house was born in this town. Was born in this town. Andrew Turner was born in this town. Andrew Turner is not related to the Turners in my family or my ex-husband's family. Nothing to do with them. We weren't related to anyone in this town when we moved here. Is he not gonna defend his ridiculous story? There you go, Stell. Go on, sweetie.
Then why are you panicking then, Red? Why are you throwing up a light?
Because my teenagers are on this app. My teenagers' friends are on this app, and my teenagers' friends are going to see that. And my teenage daughter, who's still at school, is going to get shit because of you, Stell.
You should have thought of that before you started on me, because you said the other night, wait a minute, you said the other night that you would discuss this with your family and they told you to go ahead and tell all that shit on me. You said that the other night.
You scared the shit out of my daughter, Stell.
Oh,
you scared the shit out of my daughter.
When was that?
Right, I'll give you the exact time because it's on my WhatsApp.
Good.
Give me a second and I'll tell you the exact date and time. Right.
Be very careful because
right, no. On Wednesday.
Your daughter was
and
in
what
France?
Time is that? No, she wasn't. She was at France a week and a half ago, sweetheart.
I think you'll find the police will check that out.
They can check it out. Why would I lie about my daughter's school trip, you fucking idiots?
Because you went to your sister's apparently, allegedly, the next day, and that's the day you sent me
videos. Saturday. Yes, on the Saturday.
You sent me videos of the house.
My friend picked me up. We drove an hour to London. We spent 2.5 hours in London, and then she drove me back.
So
and I was texting you. What? And
So
what?
convenient.
I was in
Another
London
one. This
last
is
night
another
still.
one
Hold on, I
using her
was in London
child.
last night while I was live.
This is
Is
another
is that a
woman
crime
using
as
a
well?
child, right, to protect her. Oh, look, my shield, my shield. I'm going to use the
On
child thing.
Wednesday,
I'm going to
on
use the
Wednesday,
child thing.
on Wednesday at 1 minute past 4, my
By
daughter.
the way, her son's a boxer, by the way.
Yeah, he
Professional
is.
boxer.
No, he's not. I didn't say he's professional, sweetheart.
Oh,
It's not
yes, you did.
professional. He's an
Yes, you
amateur.
did.
No, no,
You told me he was a
Stell.
professional.
No, I didn't. I said he had a contract to sign in 2020. And because lockdown hit, he couldn't train. So he lost his chance of becoming professional,
No,
is what I've always
I don't
claimed.
remember you saying that
My
bit.
son has got an amateur belt that he's defending next month.
I remember you
Do you want
telling
to
me
see a
about the
photo of him with his
contract.
belt? I can
I
post
don't
it. I
want
think
to
he's
see
on
it.
my
It's on your
Red
account.
101 account. You can see
Yeah,
the
it
whole
is.
fight on there.
I don't remember you
Right,
giving me
so
that
shut up a
excuse
minute
that you
still.
just gave
Shut
your
up a minute
people now.
still. Shut up a minute still. So
Not
my
what?
daughter,
Listen, you've talked too much.
no,
I've
this
got
is
some
my
questions
live
for
still.
you.
What do you do? This is my live still, right? My daughter had messaged me at 1 minute. Yeah, I know. My daughter's just put a message in her phone, and I'm not going to say what it says, but it's not very nice towards you. Right, on
I'm
Wednesday
sure
at
she
1 minute
did.
past 4, Poppy,
Yo,
what did you just write? Don't say the second word. What did you write? What's the first word?
fucking.
And the second word, was it derogatory?
Yeah, slightly.
Slightly.
Oh.
Right. So on
You
Wednesday,
know you can go to jail for that, Poppy.
you posted a video where you doxed my full name, and my daughter commented on that. Right, because you'd put about me being an abuser. My daughter commented on that. Thanks, Stell. This has just come up on my FYP, probably because you've mentioned my mum. She is not an abuser, and you are a horrible person for even suggesting that. I'm now sitting at home with my mum at work, scared that one of your crazy followers would find us. Well done for putting a mother and child at harm's way. You are such a logical and responsible person. Well done. So she sent that to me. So I put, okay, don't comment on, and she sent a message with it, by the way. Have you seen this? He's just put us at risk. Can I go to my friends until you get home?
Another
I don't
mother
want to be
using
home
a
alone right now. So I put, okay, don't comment on it again.
another
You'll be
mother
okay.
using a child.
I'll only be about an hour. He's not put our address on there, but you can go to your friends if it makes you feel safer. We'll chat when I get home.
Fred,
And
stop
she
muting
put, yeah, but it's easy to get addresses from names and things like that. So I put, no one's going to drive all the way to Suffolk for Stell. He's not that popular, sweet. I'll be home soon and we'll deal with it. And then
That's
she
right.
messaged, TJ's just messaged, you'll be home in about 5 minutes or so. And then her next message was at 5:30, what's for dinner tonight?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
So stop muting me, yeah? So,
No, because you weren't letting me speak on my own live still. You're lucky I ain't dropping you out the box like you do
because
to everyone
you're a
else.
mother using your child as a shield.
My daughter was using me as a shield because she's scared of what you can do still,
You were
actually.
running your mouth off last week about me, yeah? And you told everybody, do you want to correct something, yeah? Or your followers here, your 40 of them, yeah? Why
Go
did
on.
you tell people that I'm not allowed to see my children?
Because you told us you're not allowed to see your children.
That's not true. I never
You've
told you that
told
at
us
all.
on lives numerous times still that your
No, I've never
ex
said
is
that.
mad and they accuse you of DV and you weren't allowed to see your
I've
child.
never said
You
that.
have said that still.
I'm going to
You
clear
have
this
said
up
that
for you
still.
right now. My two
We don't
oldest
care.
boys
We
are
don't care about your kids.
35 and
We don't care
32.
about your kids. Your kids probably don't want to know you
35
because
and
you're an
32, they're
absolute
not
knobber
children.
and they're
My
probably
two
embarrassed
boys are
by
not
you. They're
children.
embarrassed by you still. Let's just tell the truth. They're embarrassed by you because they've seen what you do online and they probably deny any knowledge of knowing you. What would you do, Pops, if that was your dad?
I'd leave him. I'd stop talking to him full stop.
My kids think it's quite funny, right, that I put somebody like you right in your ass and put
Yeah,
you in
I'm
place,
totally on my
yeah?
arse still, completely
Because
on
you
my
are a
arse. We'll see
narcissistic.
who's on their arse still. You're coming
You're
into
a,
my
you're a
lives, right, on your
narcissistic.
backups, even though your accounts have been
You're a
blocked from me,
narcissistic.
even though I blocked your
I'm on
accounts,
my
you're coming
Stell
in on your
account. What are
little
you talking
backups.
about?
You're coming in on your little backups because
I'm on my
because
Stell
this
account.
was the only one you were able to
I'm
block
on my
me on
Stell
still.
account.
This was the only one you were
I'm
able
on
to
my
block
Stell
me on still.
account.
You
Don't
were,
lie.
this was
Don't
the only
lie.
one you were
Liar.
able to block me. Well, so you didn't block me on this
Liar.
account.
I
You
unblocked you.
did?
So I unblocked you.
Yeah,
So I can
see,
come
you
back
blocked me
in.
because I went to block you on this account and I couldn't still because I couldn't find it.
Do you know
But
why?
I will when you get off here.
Do you know why? I don't care. Do you know why? Because you invited me in. Remember, you were telling them, "Oh, come in, Stella. Come in, Stella."
I
Yeah.
said, come in still if you got one of you because we wanted to know what your sneaky accounts were so we could block
Listen.
them and all.
Why'd you keep sending the live to Anne? She's not interested in what you've got to say.
No, I sent it
You
to
do it
everybody.
deliberately so that she tells me. That's what you're doing it for. Why did you send
I
it?
sent it to everyone, darling. I
Why
sent
do
it
you
to
send?
everyone on my list. Stell, why are you deflecting? Why are
Why,
you
I'm
deflecting?
not
Let's
deflecting. I'm
talk
asking
about
you
your video. No,
questions.
let's talk about your video that
No,
you posted about me being
I'm
an unaliver.
asking.
Because that's what this live is about. So you can drop out the
Uh,
box if you're not going to talk
Listen,
about
I
that.
want an answer to my questions. Why did you say the other day you've never spoken to Durham in Coffee Cup? Yet we've.
Oh dear. He's not going to stick to the. You know what he's like. He doesn't stick to the topic on point. But yeah, this man, if we can call him that, I use that term loosely, right? I do use that term loosely. This man thinks it's okay to post a video of doxing my real name and then adding a different name because he's saying my name is Janet, which it isn't. Don't laugh, Poppy. That my name's Janet. Right, my daughter's pissing herself at the fact that people are calling me Janet, and my daughter's probably going to call me Janet for the next fucking 4 years. Thank you very much. Unfortunately, there was an unaliving here in this town about 10 years ago. It was the only crime that ever goes on in this town, was that one thing. I just walked to the property from my house, literally walked to that property. It took me all of about maybe a minute and a half. I walked in my pajama shorts, people, and a vest and some slippers, right? That's how close it is, right? I showed it on camera. Yes, observer, you can. I showed it on camera, right? And he's still claiming that I was with the guy that unalived somebody else at that property. And that I now live around the corner, right? I now live around, make it make sense still. I now live around the corner to where my supposed husband unalived somebody while I was in the house, right? I lived literally doors away from the victim of that crime, right? Lived just down the road to me, on my road. The victim lived on my road. I'll bring you up in a minute, Stell, when I finished. Calm down, sweetheart. Let a woman talk. We know you don't like that, but we're going to do this, okay, sweetheart? So the guy, the victim of the crime, lived just down the road. One of his cousins is a really good friend of mine. She lives a few doors further down, and her daughter goes to school with my daughter. Do you really think if my husband had unalived somebody in this little town of 5,000 people, where there is only one secondary school and 2 primary schools, right, that my child would be able to go to school with the family of that man? Right? Do you really think that would happen in anyone's town? In anyone's town? Do you think I would be able to live a 1.5 minute walk from the house that this happened at? Make it make sense, Stell. Make it make sense. You Googled Angel Turner. You Googled the fake, because I posted a video of the red arrows, and I really wish I hadn't have done, right? And it had my back garden in it. I thought, shit. And you turned around and said something about doxing my address. I doxed where I live. So I put, Pembroke Close. Because if I walked to Pembroke Close, you'd get roughly the same angle. Right, and I thought if you look it up like you do on Google Maps, you'd get roughly the same angle. That way you haven't got the name of my road, right? So I told you it was Pembroke Close. So you had Googled Angel Turner, Pembroke Close, or Angel Turner, Mildenhall. And you came up, anyone that Googles it, right, anyone that Googles that right now will come up with the same thing, that there was an unaliving on Pembroke Close about 10 years ago. I can't remember the exact date. I'll have to Google it. Well, I did Google it earlier to get some information on it, but I didn't keep hold of it. My brain doesn't keep that sort of information, right? So you come and you put 2 and 2 together, came up with 50. I thought, I'm going to run with this, but I've got to make up a name. I don't know where you got the name Janet from, or Janice or whatever, because you said both their names on lives, on videos rather. But you've come up with this name, whatever. I'm forever known as Janet now. I know it. And claimed that I was at the address, and did I not get arrested for it? I've been told that I got arrested for it. It's in all the papers what Janet is, because I didn't find the name Janet still. They arrested a woman that was at the property on the day, but they let her go because she was innocent. She was just in the property. I don't know what her name was though. She certainly wasn't Turner though, because he wasn't married. I do know that. Okay, so of course it's in the papers. It's all over the internet. It was the biggest story in this town, bar somebody losing their fucking shoe over Jubilee Fields. All right, there's nothing goes on in this town, nothing. But he wasn't married still. Look in the papers. Look in the papers at the woman that got arrested. They couldn't name her because she wasn't charged with anything. She was arrested and she was let go. bless your cottons, you can't read properly, and you sit there and you talk about open source intelligence. You clearly don't know how to use open source, right? Because you would definitely have double checked it, triple checked it before you posted, right? And then you would have known that there wasn't a Janet. You wouldn't have posted false information, okay? And the word intelligence is never a word I would use with you, Stell.
I'm so sorry. Why do you keep on spamming names of newspapers when it's already been clarified by multiple people that obviously it's going to be in the newspapers?
That's my 15-year-old daughter. Friday, December the 20th, 2013. That's it, Liz. So 12 years ago. Yeah, 12 years ago. And how old was the woman, Liz, that got arrested? You just put in that and put woman arrested or something, so you get the woman that was arrested at that point, and you'll find out how old she was. I'm 52. I'll be 53 on the 13th of November this year. Okay, so that's my age. Come back with the age of the woman that was arrested. Let's just put the facts on there. She was 45, he was 49. So she was 45 in, what date did you say, 2023? So that would make her, what, 57 now? Okay, so that is definitely not me, is it, Stell? If she's 57 and I'm 52. So even that little bit, so this is how intelligence works, Stell, right? You get the story and then you work out whether it could be that person or not. I could be called Janet Turner and live on that road and still not be this woman. You are so awful at any kind of intelligence that you couldn't have got it more wrong. If I was that woman and I'd been found out, do you not think I would have deleted my account and fucked off, thinking, shit, I've been found out? Let's let him speak now, because he's going to... Oh, he's not going to come up. He requests to come up and then doesn't want to come up.
Sorry, can I just say one thing very quickly?
What?
Why?
Oh, I did request.
Hold on, my daughter's talking. Shut up a minute. What was she saying, sweetheart?
Why on earth do you feel the need to literally spend your entire life researching other people's lives on the internet, people you don't know?
Who have got him blocked?
Like,
Ask your mum that same question.
Who have got you blocked?
Ask your mum why she was recording me for weeks.
But ask you why you think my mother is a murderer.
I don't say that
Stuff
word
is
on
hidden
there.
in your bedroom.
Unalive or whatever you call it.
Poppy, the
Because-
stuff's hidden in your bedroom.
Excuse me?
The stuff is hidden in your bedroom. Your mum told us on a live the other night.
Stuff hidden in
Yeah,
her bedroom. What's
what?
hidden in the bedroom?
You
What's hidden
told
in her
everybody on a
bedroom?
live the other night that you've been recording me for weeks. It's all packed away in Poppy's bedroom.
Oh no, I said my external hard drive's in her bedroom. Yeah,
Which is completely different.
because she uses
to
it
what
for
I
her
was on
homework.
about.
Yeah, it's a how many terabyte? I don't even know.
God knows, I don't know. Fucking-
But it holds all of her homework, all of my main documents, and it has got some stuff on there that you've spoken about me and Claire. Lies, by the way.
Yeah, things on
Absolutely.
her life that you've researched.
Yeah.
Which is back to my point. Why do you feel the need to spend your entire life researching other people's lives to take the piss out of them on the internet? Because it's kind of sad, I'm going to be honest. It's,
Oh,
like,
that
very
might be it.
sad.
I might have bodies in your bedroom without you knowing.
Oh
Dear.
my god,
You know,
no,
as
not
I'm an
that.
unaliver.
Ask your mum why she was putting out.
Ask
Don't
her
please,
yourself, you're right.
Stell, don't talk to my daughter. Talk through
You
me to
put
my
a-
daughter. I wouldn't
you
have you
put a
speaking directly to a
pictures of-
15-year-old on a live, because I'd be very careful if I was you where that's concerned. Don't be talking to a 15-year-old. Ask me to ask my daughter.
You put up pictures of me in the privacy of my own home on your live, yeah?
The photos that I got off of a open account,
didn't.
right?
No, you
Absolutely did. I tell you
No,
where I
you
got
didn't.
them from. I got them off your Instagram,
didn't.
Still. I absolutely did. And I'll tell
No,
you
you
where else I
didn't.
got them. I absolutely did. I swear on my kids' lives. I'll put them up now if you want,
No,
and
you
I'll put the person's name up that posted them.
Shall I tell you where you got it
Because
from?
off Facebook
No.
and Instagram. Absolutely, I did.
No, I'll tell you how I know.
Oh my
you're
God,
lying.
he's going
Right,
to call me a liar when it's
okay.
got Facebook written on the top of the fucking post.
No, you are a liar, and I'm going to tell you how you're a liar. Because there's never been any pictures on any of my social medias.
Okay,
Right.
I'll give you the initials of the person that posted them.
You-
AB, and he's like, Auntie Stell,
You,
and it was public still.
No, you posted a
Absolutely.
picture of
AB,
me.
do you want me to give the name out? Do you want me to give the name out?
posted a picture of
The
me
mum of them,
recently.
the mum is V. She was tagged in there as well.
You No, you put a picture of me in this house. Yeah, you posted it up there from a
It was
video call.
posted
From a video
by a
call,
boy called
private video call.
AB. No, you're wrong.
No, I'm not.
I've never had a private video call with you, Stell.
Yes, you have.
You have never been in
Yes,
a
I
video
have.
call with me, Stell.
Yes, I
Never.
have.
Never.
Yes, I have. You were in your bedroom many times playing with a cat, and we've talked on video.
And
I'm
I've been on
sitting-
video, have I? Well, you
called me
post them, Stell. You
fat.
post them if you've got that, because
You
I don't.
told me-
Because you know it. You know it's
You
not
called
true.
me fat, yeah, and you showed a picture of me
You are
looking
fat.
rather fat
You are
on a
fat.
chair. Did you post a picture
You
of
are
me
fat.
looking
Was I
on a
lying?
chair?
Was I lying?
Don't try and deflect.
Was
Did
I
you post a
lying?
picture of me on a chair?
I've
and
got a
said me
picture
fat?
of you looking huge with a
Right.
blue t-shirt on that was on Facebook on
No, it wasn't.
AB's face. Oh my
No,
God,
it
I'll get it
wasn't.
up now. I'll get it up now and I will
No, it
show
wasn't.
you. I will show you, right?
No, it wasn't.
Literally. I'm getting it up for you now to show you.
I know what it was. It was in this house. So you took it from a private video call.
I took it from AB.
You took it from a private video call.
Say what you want. I can prove that I'm telling the truth, and I will post it, and it will dox your whatever it is his name, right? So be careful because it's a public post.
And
It is
you
a
dox
public
You dox a
post.
child's name, then you'll be just as bad as
It's
me.
a public
Chat,
post.
did you hear that, chat?
Then
She's gonna
maybe you
dox
ought to be a
child's
better
name.
parent, or then you ought to be a better parent and ensure that your child
She's
has
gonna
to
dox
post
a child's
public
name.
posts.
I'm sorry,
how
you're
bad
trying
she
to
is?
dox where a child lives.
See
That's
how
even
bad she
weirder.
is?
Calm down.
See how bad she is? She's going to dox a child's name. She just
See
told
how
you
bad
all.
he is? He's trying to dox where a child lives.
See? Well, she means that she's just as bad as me.
I think it's a bit worse doxing a child's address where people can find them.
Is it? Nobody
Yes.
nobody's interested in you, Poppy.
No one's interested in you, you fucking weirdo.
You're the weirdo.
You're the weirdo researching where kids live. Calm down. Oh my days.
So I'm going to ask you one question and one question only. What will it take for you to believe that the information you have is false and fake? What will it take, Stell? Stell, answer the question. What will it take for you to believe that the information that you have is false and fake? What will it take?
Don't call me them names again.
Stell, answer the question.
It's got fuck all to do with you.
Answer the
Fraser.
question. You're sitting
Nothing
there.
to do with you.
He doesn't like arguing with men, Fraser.
15-year-old.
He's not a man, by the way.
What
Fraser's not a
will
man.
it take? Oh,
Still, that's rich coming from someone who's got a woman's photo on their passport, isn't it?
Can I
Still,
just have
You
2
right,
seconds?
brother, big.
the passport that you posted on a live.
Can I have
Yeah,
2
you took-
seconds? I'm
that
going to
you
jump
took-
down quick. I just want
That
2
you took
seconds.
off of it, yeah, and reposted.
That you posted on a live. Oh, but did I uncover
I've
it
got-
on the
listen,
live? Did I? I didn't
I've
uncover
got
it on
you
the
being
live, but
transphobic.
I've got it uncovered on my phone.
I've got you being.
I just want 2 seconds. I'm going to jump down in a minute. Sorry, guys.
biting
While
me.
Claire's in here and while Stell's there,
I'm not interested
Stell,
in
I
Claire.
would just like you to know that Claire's confirmed in the comments that she has never had a conversation with me and that I have not been working for her, providing your lives to her.
Well, I've got her saying it otherwise on a recording.
Well, play it then. I've asked you to play that. Can you play that?
Well, don't ask me for it right now. I'll send
Well,
it to you.
Yeah, well, I'd like to see it then because
I'll
she's
send it
denied
to you.
it down there because I have never done that. I
I'll send
wouldn't.
it to you.
Right, Stell.
Okay.
The question is,
Fraser,
I'm
pick
asking
your
you a
balls up
question.
and talk to me.
It's a really simple. It's a really
Fraser, pick your
simple
balls up when
question.
you talk to me.
It's a really simple question.
Pick your balls up
What
and speak to me.
what will it take for you to
Pick your
believe
balls up.
that the
You're a bit obsessed by his balls,
information,
Still. Shut up a
right,
minute.
that the
your
information
balls up.
that you have, right, that you have, the information that you have is fake? What will it take? It's a simple question. That's all you got to answer. What will it take for you to believe the information that you have is fake? What will it take?
Can I just quickly say for the record, the new observer, you and I have never had a conversation. The first time we spoke was in Red's Live last week. Stell, stop fucking lying. You absolute fucking wrong. And get my child's fucking photo off your damn phone. I'm dropping.
Right. Let's see if you're going to answer my question, Stell. What is it going to take? And it's a real simple one. I don't want an argument with you because you're quite happy to argue with others, but you think you can argue back with me. I'm asking you a straight and simple question.
46
What-
witnesses. She's not allowed to speak to me, that woman.
What will
And
it
she's just a woman
take?
speaking to me.
Don't deflect it. I just want a simple answer. What
It's
will
got
it
nothing
take?
to do with you.
What will it take?
It has.
for
I've just
you-
involved him.
Yeah. What will it take, right, for you to believe that the information
When
you
the
have is
family
false.
come back and tell me that it's not true.
Okay, so if I got the police to come round to your house tonight,
Nothing to do with the police. I want
yes,
the
it
family.
is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Family.
The police know who the woman was.
The police won't tell me that information.
The police will tell you that it's
Idiot.
not her. They
No,
won't
they
tell
won't.
you it's the woman's name, but they will tell you it's
No,
not
they
her.
won't. No, they won't.
Yes, they
Of course
will,
they
because
will, you
you're
absolute
accusing an
idiot.
innocent
Of course
person
they
of a
will.
crime.
The two family members can contact me and tell me whether it's right or wrong.
Who are
Oh, your
you?
fake account still.
I'll
We
check
know.
right now.
We
Hold on.
know. Yawn.
Who are
Let me
you?
check now to see if they're still talking. Let me see.
Who are
Yeah,
you?
of course they are.
You're nobody that lives in Sussex.
Oh my God, Suffolk. This is Suffolk.
No, he lives in
But
Sussex.
you've been out it before about it, Red, and you know that, haven't you?
He
Oh,
lives
it's
in
before
Sussex.
about this. You're
Yeah.
joking. No, I haven't. Oh my God, really?
The person actually said
Bring
to me,
evidence of that still. Bring evidence of it all. And I mean
he said
evidence,
to me, you
not a
might
little
leave me
message from
alone now.
yourself to yourself.
They said you might leave me alone now that I know about it. But
Yeah,
you
yeah, your fake
Let me
account
see.
to your fake account.
It's
We know
not a fake
still.
account,
Yeah, we
though.
do.
Right.
Yeah, of course it was.
As a person of concern, right? I am going to report this to the police, and I will
You like-
happily give them all your details that you are accusing somebody of a crime they have not committed.
Oh, go away, Fraser.
Yeah, you can't do it because you cannot come back
The
with
police are
anything.
not interested in you.
Because
They'll
not
be
interested
very
in you.
interested in
Argue
this
the
still
fact.
because you've accused somebody of being an accomplice
You
to
cannot argue
unaliving.
the fact. You cannot argue the fact, right, that you will not accept it, even if the police come there. All you are intent on doing is making people's lives as miserable as possible. You sit there behind a mask on your bloody
Listen,
stupid
my
video,
my
thinking that you are
computer will be
Billy
checked by the
Bigford, and
police,
you
and they'll
are
say that
not.
it's nothing to do with me.
You are
They'll even check
not.
the IP address if they want to,
You
and then
are
they'll go back
not.
to Red and say, "Well, actually, it did come from somebody else." Red's
Well,
lying.
it
Oh,
doesn't.
thank you, darling. My
Regardless.
daughter's just brought up. Yes, it can be illegal to make a false accusation against someone, even in a closed case. Making deliberate false accusations can lead to charges of
Well,
perverting the course of justice or
The
wasting police
the
time.
family are saying that you are the person. End of.
And that gives you the right to fucking come out with
And
it
right, okay,
without
still,
checking it.
people have messaged me, told me things about you. Shall I post them online as they are true,
You do what you
or
want.
should I
You told
research a little bit
you
first
told
and
people that
ensure that they're
I don't have a
true?
house in Spain. That was a lie, wasn't it?
You haven't got a house in Gibraltar. You haven't got a house near Abbey.
Haven't I?
No, you haven't.
Go and get Abby's address.
I know Abby's address, and because you told me it.
Did I?
Yeah, you actually sent me a screenshot of the top of it. In fact.
Yeah, and my house is next to it.
Yeah, but you sent me the screenshot saying that's Abby's house, didn't you?
Yeah, and that's mine next to it.
Yeah, because you doxed Abby's house to me.
And that's mine next to it. I was doxing my own house.
Well, you know, because you actually told me it was Abby's house, so you were doxing Abby's house.
Yeah, she lives 30 metres away from me, so...
All right.
So why would you do that? I don't know Abby.
Oh, well, hold on
Abby
a
doesn't know
second.
that. Well, hold on, still.
It's
I'm an
according to you, it's not my
unaliver. Why
house.
would you send an unaliver a picture of somebody else's house?
I didn't know you were an unaliver at the time.
Oh, right,
Yes,
okay.
I did.
So just a question: do you still have that house, still?
Yeah, I do, actually.
You do. So that's classed as savings, isn't it?
And?
Oh, blimey! So you well, you know, you are claiming benefits, still.
Am I?
Yeah.
How'd you... How'd you want that one out, Fraser?
No, I know.
How'd you want that one out?
I know.
Well, you told us you got Pip.
Yeah, that's right. But Pip's not on... You can...
No, you're right. Pip isn't-
Hold on a second. Let me tell everybody, yeah? Let me tell everybody, right? David Cameron, the Prime Minister...
Let's
used
not
to claim,
deflect from the subject, Stell.
No.
We couldn't give a shit what you
David
get. I
Cameron
don't
used to
care.
claim
Blah,
Pip
blah,
when he was
blah,
Prime
blah,
Minister.
blah, blah,
Oh,
blah,
you don't like the truth
blah,
coming
blah,
out, so
blah,
I don't claim
blah,
benefits.
Blah, blah,
Try again,
blah,
Fraser.
blah, blah,
Try again,
blah,
Fraser.
blah.
Well, don't worry. I'm not. I don't need to try. I'm honestly, when the police knock on your door and they say to you, right, that they have been contacted, and I know things, right? They have been contacted. They will be contacted because you are accusing somebody of a crime that they haven't committed and they were not involved in.
Why don't you go and
any
ask
way, shape, or form?
Abby where I live? Why
Criminal
don't you ask
offence.
Abby?
Criminal offence. So when they come and knock
Why
on
don't
your
you go and
door,
ask Abby?
when they come and knock on your door, right? When they come and knock on your door and they tell you, you can then make an apology video and you can sit there in
Stell,
your blue shirt.
are
on
you
your
related to
little car.
Boris Johnson?
Do you know
It's
what?
a question I've
Fraser?
wondered for a while now. Are you related to Boris Johnson?
You know what, Fraser? They'll
Or
see you
Donald
sticking
Trump?
your neb in all the time. Oh, what was it you said the other day?
Stell, you
I
keep.
don't
I
come
want
up
to
in
ask you a question. You
boxes.
keep claiming to be mixed race. What
I don't come
ethnicity
up
are
in
you?
boxes.
I don't.
What is your
come up in
ethnicity,
bo-
Stell?
I come up in the boxes.
Fraser,
Yeah,
let
all
him
the
answer
time.
this.
All
Stell,
the
you
time,
keep
Fraser.
claiming to be mixed race when people accuse you of
Keep to one
racism. What is your
subject at a time.
ethnicity?
Keep to
It's
one
my
subject
life,
at a time.
Stell. Remember how you always say that to people? It's
Keep
my
to one
life. It's
subject.
my life.
Keep to one subject at a
Right.
time.
The
Right?
subject now is ethnicity.
No,
What's your
no, it's
ethnicity,
not.
Stell?
Go back to the
Stell, do you
benefits,
want to
yeah?
be
What
muted,
benefits do I
Stell?
claim?
Do you want to be
Oh,
muted
don't worry
again,
about that.
What
sweetheart?
benefits do I
Do
claim?
you want
Don't
to?
worry about
Oh,
that.
damn it! You've been muted again.
I don't. I'm not bothered. Listen, at the end of the day, I'm not bothered what you claim or what you don't claim.
Oh, you just made an accusation.
No, I didn't make an accusation. I said you're on benefits, and you are. You quite clearly are. You've already told you're on PIP. So that's
Let the man
absolutely,
talk, Stell.
absolutely fine.
Oh,
What
Hush
I'm
your
saying is,
gums.
Del, you've openly admitted that you have a house which is classed as savings, which is obviously on British, which is, you can then be looked at for not declaring that property and having no savings, because that is a big thing. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Okay. So the question is, and that's same as a simple answer, and you still haven't answered it. When the police come round to your door and they have told you that it is not red, it hasn't been read, was never read, right? Will you sit there and will you then be big enough to make an apology video? Like you sit there in your blue shirt with your little face mask on, right? And spout other rubbish about other people. Will you do that?
Red. Why couldn't you
We
get
know
rid
he
of the
won't.
passport?
We know he won't.
You are a joke.
Red.
He won't
Why
argue
did-
with you,
Red.
Fraser, because he doesn't like being told what to do by a man.
No, because he's not a man.
More of a man than you'll ever be, Stell.
You
He's more of
wish
a man
you
than you'll
could
ever be.
grow a
Do you know what?
beard
My
like
15-year-old
this.
daughter is more of a man than you
I
are.
told him to grow a pair of balls and then come and speak to me.
I think my daughter's got bigger balls than you as well, Stell.
Sorry, can we just question something? 2 seconds. Stell, just question
Go.
1 second, yeah.
Red.
I've got 4 children. I think my balls work big enough, thank you.
Yeah, you know why your wife beat you? Because she was cheating on you, trying to get you out of the house.
See, this
look
is
at
what this
that,
man
you're
is
using-
like. This is
Hang on,
what this man is
hang on.
like.
You're using someone's
I can
mental
tell
health.
lies just as much
You're
as you.
using someone's mental health and experience.
You just
for that.
you
You
tried
are
to
an
use my
absolute
disability.
mess.
You just used my disability.
I didn't
just
use
used
your
my
disability.
disability.
I didn't use your
Yes, you did.
disability.
Yes,
no,
you
I
did.
didn't. No,
Yes,
I
you
didn't.
did. You
What did I
told
say?
everybody I was on benefits, and I'm obviously you're
Is there
insinuating.
something wrong with people being on benefits still?
You're insinuating that I'm defrauding somebody somehow. So explain yourself, Fraser.
No, I asked you.
Fraser.
I asked you your property. Is it your property? Do you still own it? That's what I asked you.
And then you accused me of
And I said, I hope you're not on benefits because. Well,
That's not what you said.
I said you're on benefits. I hope you
that's not what you said. You said
Well,
you don't
well,
benefit.
Oh,
You
Stell,
haven't.
It won't matter.
Fraser, hold on, hold on.
Clear
Stell,
it.
you've called me an unaliver. A benefit
said
fraud is the
I
least
didn't
of your
declare
worries.
it. So
The
I
benefit
asked you,
fraud is the least of your
who am I
worries.
supposed to declare it to?
It's the least of your worries.
Okay,
What's your
Janet.
ethnicity? What's the ethnicity on your PIP form?
Okay, Janet. Yeah?
What's your ethnicity on your PIP form?
Janet?
What's your
let me ask you a
ethnicity?
question.
What's your
Let me ask you a
ethnicity?
question.
What's your ethnicity?
Why are you not
What's
on
your
the childminders
ethnicity?
register?
You tell us you're mixed race. What's
Why
your
are
ethnicity?
you not on the childminders register?
Because I haven't childminded for about 14 years.
Well, I checked them all the way back 20 years. You've
Yeah,
never...
you definitely didn't then still.
I did, and there's
you
only one
absolutely
Turner on it.
didn't. You're
Janet.
lying.
Janet Turner.
You're absolutely lying.
Never an angel.
Did she
Never
live
an
in
angel.
Mildenhall as well? Did she live in Mildenhall?
She did, actually.
Did she live
Where?
in Pembroke Close?
See all of this?
It doesn't give her address.
See, Stell, I'm coming to
It
Tesco's
doesn't
in the
give it-
week. And see all of this? I'm going to have it played over Tesco's intercom.
It'd be hilarious.
Jodie, fuck off.
No, I'm serious, Stell. You wanted to talk
You
about my
do what
kids
you
yesterday,
want.
didn't you?
Listen, Jodie.
No one talks about my kids and ever gets away
Oh,
with
Red
that,
Fraggle.
Stell. You're
He's
gonna
never lived
find
in
out
Scotland.
now.
He says he's
Jodie.
never lived in
You were
Scotland.
very silly to
Jodie,
do
why
that.
don't you go and spend
You
as much
threatened me
energy
yesterday, didn't you,
and get your
Stell?
kids back as you do on fucking TikTok?
Exactly. Yeah. Do you
Yeah?
know what, Stell?
Go and
Guess
get your
what?
kids back.
Expect to see me.
Go
Expect
and
to
get
see me. Expect to see me, Stell. Vale Gardens, yeah? Go on.
He's going to have to come back up. He just got bananaed.
Wait, I'm sorry. If he researched Janet Turner in Mildenhall, then he's researched a completely random person, and that's even sadder.
Poppy, did you come up with the lady that is a director of a company?
Does he come up with a director of a company? And my daughter's actually Googling solicitors, wasting police time.
Yeah, I'm going to let everyone know in his area over the
And
Tesco
make him
tannoy
criminal.
exactly what this Stell Andrews is like. See the way he likes to gob it off?
We're going to let him gob it off in all of his supermarkets, right where he lives and where his neighbours are going to hear it.
Adam, it's quite right. You can Google Stella Andrews and it comes up with a newspaper report with the name of his road and the area he lives in. It's so easy.
I'm waiting
You
for
know
him to
where
come back
else
in
I'm
so
going
I
to
can
send
ask
it?
him about
He
Stell.
won't come back because he doesn't want us to know
You
what all
know
of his
them
other fake
panels he
accounts
likes
are.
to sit in when it comes to his like local like assemblies and stuff like that, and like his residence committee.
Oh, he was in a residence committee for a very short amount of time.
But you know what?
Oh, she's gone.
I'm really sorry for if I'm raising my voice. I do apologise.
No, that's all right, Fraser. He's made me very, very angry. Not, but do you know what? If I didn't have kids, this is laughable, right? Because the only people that matter are the people that live near me, right? And they know the truth,
Yeah,
right?
100%.
But my children, right? My children's friends know I've got an account. Like they always say, "No, your mum's account's bigger than yours. Your mum's account's bigger than ours." You know what I mean? So they know that I've got an account that not this one, my main account that got bananaed on a little while ago. So they're likely to know who I am on the app.
Yeah,
So they're
I
likely to see that. I mean, it came up on my friend Mo's FYP. She messaged me. That's how I found out about
yeah.
this post today. My friend Mo, she was in the comments earlier. I don't know if she's still here. She sent me screenshots and said, like, "Have you seen this? You're the only Red 101 that I know." And I went, "Oh, it's okay. It's just a knobhead that I know." Blah blah blah. So we've had a conversation. Then my friend Oz, who's messaging me still. Yes, I'm okay, Oz, if you're still there. He messaged me as well, and then a couple of other people that I know around here. Ozzy's a biker. Also, actually, so's Mo. They're two different biker groups that I'm involved with. And so, if they could see it, then my daughter and my son's friends would be able to see that as well.
Oh, 100%.
And
I've had the same. My side of things. I totally agree.
yeah,
What frustrates me more than anything is that he will sit there and argue with a woman and a 15-year-old. Okay, but when he comes to answering a direct question, he will not say, okay, he will not say a simple yes or no answer. If the proof is there in his face, which it clearly is, you've already stated everything.
You're going to report me to Brighton Social Services. Go ahead, Stell. Do you know what? I'll call them tomorrow and they tell them to expect a call from you. No problemo, bro. Do you know what I mean? I'll tell them and I'll show them how malicious that you are. And then I'll go all around the country and I'll tell them to send it all around the country. And any call that comes in from anybody like you to never listen to. How about that? You're my inspiration for my new page, you know? People like you. We're going to
an
get people like
observer.
you off the app.
Observer, can you put the name of your YouTube in the comments, please? People, I implore you to go look at this guy's YouTube.
Go ahead,
It's got
Stell.
all the videos of Stell and what he's like to women on this app. Right? It does not paint him in a good light. He does not paint himself. His behaviour, if he doesn't like the fact that so many people are against him, he should have written his story better. That's all I'm going to say.
I was going to ask Stell, is Stell still in here?
Yeah, I believe so.
So,
The new
Stell, you come
observer
at me
links
the
in
other
his
day.
profile.
You come at me the other day for absolutely no reason. I was on live with my mum. I think we were talking about TikTok Shop, yeah? And he comes in and he says, don't contact me again, jailbird. Now I've been to jail. Saying I've messaged him. I've never messaged this guy in my life. I just want to know what that was about, Stell.
Are you oh, what's her name? I'm trying to think of
Lindsay.
mum's name on it.
Lindsay, I'm
yeah,
Lindsay's
Lindsay's
daughter.
lovely. I love Lindsay. She's so honest and so raw.
Yeah.
And, you know.
So he's come in and said, don't message me again, jailbird, saying I've messaged him. Now I've got a screenshot. You know where it comes up with the hand at the bottom where it says say hi when you've never messaged anyone before?
Yeah.
I've got a screenshot of that. So I'd like to know when I've supposedly messaged you, Stell.
You know you didn't, Ellie. Just, you know.
No, I know that, but I'd like to hear it from him, to be honest.
He's blaming me for all sorts and everyone for anybody that will stand up against him or anybody that's close to anybody that stands up against him, he goes for. Unfortunately, your mum has kind of like stood up against him a little bit and that's why he went for you, Bab.
Nala, shut up. Sorry, it's a dog.
So that's the only reason why he went for you and he ain't got the balls to admit that to you.
The list of people he's bullied, right? It goes on, and I'm not going to name everybody because I don't think that's fair. And I don't think it's, you know, for those people, do you know what I mean? I'm not going to bring their names onto here. But I know at least 8 people that he's bullied relentlessly.
You can't even see it, but there's no messages there.
Sadly, when you look at the one joining factor of all these people that have come together. There is only one common denominator in all of this. That's what everybody that's on this live and anybody knows. That's the common denominator. People wouldn't put their time and effort in to have these discussions if it wasn't for that one common denominating factor, and that is as simple as it gets. He speaks rude to women, and he's right. I say I don't come up in boxes, but I will come up. I will come up when I go past and I see someone that will belittle male or female, and that is derogatory, because you have no right on this earth. Nobody does to be spoken to be bullied, or to be verbally abused by anybody, and I will always try and defend those. Okay?
No, but can I just say something? And I'm going to make this very, very, very clear to Stell. Social services come anywhere near my door for me standing up to you when my kids have got nothing to do with this, Stell, and my kids are nowhere near it or anything like that. I'm telling you right here, right now, I'm not just coming outside your door. I'm coming through it, mate.
Justice, all you'd have to do is show them the New Observer's YouTube and say,
I'm
this is what
telling
this
you,
guy is
seriously,
like. They would just
I will be
laugh.
coming through that door, and I will tell you, and I will be exercising my rights to make sure that you can never touch a child or go near a kid ever again.
Right, can we
like
just
that.
recap?
You've got a
Right,
problem with
Connie.
me? Take it out with me, big man. Don't ever go for my kids.
Connie, this guy's problem, right? He wanted to be famous on TikTok, right? So he was going into big creators' lives, thinking he was the big, the big boy, and he was getting on people's nerves. And I don't know exactly how he got on the wrong side of Alicia, but he did. And there was a bit of a backwards and forwards. Somebody sent her a message. Actually, someone sent her a message that he claims to be fake, and he's gone on about it ever since. So someone sent Stell a message, apparently, that's fake about me, right? So shall I do to Stell what he's done to Alicia for the past 6 months? Shall we do that? And that is relentlessly bully her, right? Because of a message she read out that was fake. And in retaliation to that, he posted a picture of her deceased mum on a post to upset her, right? She's got children, by the way, so that's her children's grandparent. That's how low he will go. And then he was friends with Claire and me and a group of us. And because Alicia was in Claire's box, right, and obviously because he's upset with Alicia, nobody else is allowed to have Alicia in their box, he went against Claire. And he called her a rug addict. Now, bear in mind, she's just come out of a domestic abuse relationship. And they've got a 4-year-old child together. The police removed her ex from their house. He's accused her of being a rug addict. He's gone to her ex-partner, who he doesn't know, by the way, and her ex-partner's solicitor, just to call shit because she embarrassed him on a live. Right, to his own friend, because his friend embarrassed him on a live, he's trying to ruin that little boy's life and fuck about with custody where the dad's concerned. Because that hasn't really caused a problem, he's gone to social services about her. Because she once sent us a picture that her partner took of the little boy with his holding his toothbrush, standing in front of a sink with some makeup brushes being cleaned in there. And he made a complaint to social services saying that she allows him to brush his teeth in dirty water and he's neglected, right? I mean, come on. Whose kid hasn't done something ever? My friends, I was talking to my friend about this the other day. She said about the time when her son had flooded their fucking bathroom. The first she knew about it, water was coming through a kitchen ceiling down the wall. Her little boy was upstairs with the taps on. Right, this happens to anyone that's got a kid from about 4 years upwards, and they're being, they say if they're quiet, you've got to go check on them. Right?
Hey, you should
we all
see
know
what
this.
my daughter did with my foundation on my bedroom wall.
Oh, don't say it out loud, Justice. He'll call fucking social.
Mate, everyone knows about it. It's all over my TikTok anyway.
Apparently, it's terrible parenting, and this is what he's like. And he's malicious communication and harassment. He's been reported a few times by a few different people. He was going live constantly on a couple, right? And I'm not going to mention their names, but a couple had their children removed from this country, right? There was allegations of DV towards the woman, but they were together still. And when she was pregnant, she fled to Ireland. She had the baby in Ireland because she thought she might get to keep her baby, and she didn't. Irish social services, whatever it is, took it. She was in a hostel. They just happened to get kicked out of the hostel while Stell was running these lives, and they ended up living in a tent. And Stell was running live after live after live, saying to people, don't give these people money. This is what they do. They abuse children. They're a danger to people's children. The only children they were a danger to, right, was their own. And that's why social services took them. Social services dealt with it, right? It's not anyone else's fucking business to go and run constant lives vilifying this couple, right? Let the police and social services deal with them. To make them, right, a woman that's not long had a baby and sleeping in a tent, I don't care what she's done, right? She doesn't deserve to have people out looking for them, right? It is absolutely vile, and it was not Stell's business. If you've got an issue and you really do think they're a danger to people, phone the police or phone social services. You don't need to be running lives, putting a woman, a vulnerable woman, at risk. And he claimed himself, oh, she was neglectful, not abusive. He was abusive to the children and her. Now, if she's living in a tent with an abusive partner and they're running lives like that, do you not think that's putting that woman in more danger? But he was willing to do that for the numbers. He's always willing to do stuff for the fucking numbers. But at the same time, he's sitting in lives of other people that have had their children removed. So which side are you on? Because you're sitting there, you're going to believe one person is, they shouldn't have had their children removed, but then you're not going to believe the next person that they shouldn't have had their children removed. You're either on one side or the other, or you stay the fuck out of it. He's absolutely disgusting. And to run with a narrative, right, that a woman who is at home 24/7 gave up work to look after her children. I'm on about Claire now. Sorry, Claire, for talking about you. But she's been at home with that child for 4 years. She's the one that gets up in the morning and gets him ready for nursery, takes him to nursery, looks after him when he's home from nursery, makes his food, packs his lunch, nurses him when he's ill, and all that stuff while her partner was at work. And he worked away sometimes, and he went on skiing trips. She was the main carer. To think about taking a child from their main carer, all they've known for 4 years, to give them to their dad, who's going to be at work all the time, so that child is going to be in childcare all the time. And we've already seen in the news something more quite recently about a nursery and what a childcare worker was doing to those babies, right? And you're willing to let a child go and live with a dad that isn't going to be at home to look after him, rather than with his mum that is, then you are a disgusting person. You are a disgusting person. And I'm not saying children shouldn't live with their dads. Me and my kids' dad has had 50-50 custody for 10 years. But for some parents, the ones that aren't at home all the time, whether it be the mum or the dad, the children stay with the main carer. That's what happens. The one that's quit work, the one that's... it's wild. And now, because I don't defend him and because I went live calling him out on the bullshit that he's been doing, phoning social services and solicitors of his friend's ex-partner and bullshit like that, and I don't think it's right. And I called him out on the lives about those two people in Ireland. I called him out on that as well, privately, and publicly, actually. I went on a live and said it. Because I called a live the other day, calling him out on his shit, right, and showing what a liar he is, he has to spread another lie. The worst lie yet, in my opinion, that I am accomplice to an unaliving. Like, how wild is that? My children see that. My kids are teenagers, and them and their friends see that. And he thinks he's clever. Did not do his research, claims to be great intelligence, not very fucking intelligent. My plant has more cells than he does in his brain.
Can I quickly say something, if that's all right?
Absolutely.
Like how he goes around in certain lives and he portrays to be against social services 1 minute and then he's calling them the next.
Yeah.
I just give Stell a bit of advice. Stay away from the parents that are fighting against them now, Stell, because do you know what? You're one of the reasons why some of these parents would have lost their kids. So
I sit in those lives, so Justice, me and him have had this conversation, right? He sits in lives because people are against social services because of, right, and don't get me wrong, I know I was in care 15 years. There is abuse that goes on in the system, right? There is neglect that goes on in the system, right? So you're going to take a child away from its parents and put them in that position. You're going to contact the social services that you don't trust, and you're going to contact them about a child that you know is looked after. Because me and Claire have not spoken for months, but I am telling you now that woman is a good mum.
This is all
she is not a bad mum.
It's like, because I'd stand up to him, he's threatened to call social services on me. How do you know how I parent my children, Stell? How do you know what I do with my kids day to day? How do you know what I'm going through with my kids and how much, like, I'm actually at schools and in meetings and things like that? So how do you know that you're not going to actually look so stupid?
Does he think that social workers don't go to the school and say to the school, have you got any concerns about this child and or the parents, right? And
Exactly.
they give a very, you know, I've worked in schools, I know how it works. The school gives a very detailed report of how the child's behaviour, their grades, what any interactions they've had with the parents. That all goes to social services. And then the social services speak to the doctor, and then they'll speak to health visitors. You know, they don't just take that little report. It's a multi-agency reports that are done.
That's what I mean. Does he not understand that there's a lot of people involved with these people? And still, like, when it comes to this, I'm going to be very real. If you ever make any fake report on me, I will pay that £124 to go to court and actually go take you civilly to court for having malicious allegations put against my name and trying to use legal services as a vendetta, as a battling tool. Don't think I won't do that, because I will. 100% I
Well,
will
I'm
pay
telling you
that
now, this
124 quid.
justice, right? If he doesn't take that post down, and if he ever mentions this again, this case, this about this unaliving in my town, and put my name with it, I promise you, I will be going to the police.
You do exactly the same.
And I
Pay the
will be going to a
124
civil
quid.
court, and I'll go to civil court, and I will take him for every penny I've got, because it is malicious communication, it is slander,
And it's
and it is an outright
abuse.
fucking lie. And he knows it, and we know it. And this bullshit about, their family contacted me. Right, so this person's family just happened to find you on TikTok, right, to tell you that I was involved in an unaliving. Really? Or you Googled my name and my road, or the road that you thought I lived on, the road that I told you I lived on. You Googled the name, the road, and the town, and you found the articles that everybody else that's Googled it has found. We
Can I
know how you
also,
got that information. And if you have got messages still, you have sent them to yourself from one of your fake accounts, like you do with everything else.
just remember, Stell, as well, these calls are recorded for training and other purposes as well. So those other purposes will be going.
100% Oz. Oz just said he posted with intent to cause you distress. It's harassment. Abuse. Oz knows me in real life, right? Oz knows me in real life, way before TikTok. Right, he's a biker. We meet up for coffee. We haven't met up for coffee in a while. We do need to meet up. We talk shit and whatever. We win like biker circles, so we go to bike meets and all that kind of stuff. Do you think he would hang around with somebody that's unalive someone? Like, really?
You could say whatever to this guy, right? You could tell him the sky is pink. You could tell him whatever, or you go, it's blue. You go, no, it's pink. It's pink. No, it's blue. Whatever way it is, right? Like I said, the only way that this guy will even remotely listen is if there is a policeman standing at the door, because he's quite happy to call police. If there's a policeman,
Do you know what the joke of it is, Fraser? He posted a video about people wasting police time on TikTok about TikTok stuff.
yeah, I know,
Yeah,
and
he's
he's the one
constantly.
that's
He needs
making
the
it.
police at his door. He
You know,
needs the police at his door. He told me, right? He told me he's called the police on me, and then he posts that. It make fucking sense.
there is no sense in it, none whatsoever. You know, he just feel like you said, with everything that what he's done to Alicia, what he's done to, I'm not going to say her name because I don't want to bring that up, but you know who I'm talking about, and also to Claire, right? In the last week and a half.
Oh, well, Fact Freak called Fact Freak a P3DO. There's a load of people. He's fucking
It's horrendous.
like, honestly. But today, right, I'm having a little chill out. My daughter was at a theatre group, right? And I thank you, Mo, so much. If she's still in the comments, thank you, Mo, so much, because she screenshotted those posts. It came up on her FYP, right? She's got my daughter standing behind her. There's no one requesting.
Okay, I thought facts was. I need to
No.
drop because I've got to settle this one down,
Okay.
but I'm in the comments.
No worries. Yeah, my daughter was standing in front of Mo. My daughter was standing in front of Mo when Mo messaged me the screenshots, right? And she was like, "Look, I don't." She said, "You're the only Red 101 that I know." Blah blah blah. And I was like, "Yeah." And I'm like, to be fair, I wasn't even shocked that he'd done it. But the fact that it could have been my daughter while she was at theatre group could have been scrolling and
Yeah, I agree. I agree that, you know. Oh,
I've got
and
my AirPods. I don't know whether you can still hear me.
yeah, we can still hear you.
I've got my fan on, so I didn't want my fan to.
Right. It's just sad. And the thing is, he will turn around and say that you make lives about him, and other people make lives about him. The trouble is that you're forced into a corner. You're backed into the corner because what he's done is he's made a video about someone on TikTok. So to defend yourself, and rightly so, you have a right to defend yourself, right? Then you're going to do what you did. And then he comes back, oh, this is harassment to me. This is this and this. Then stop. And I've said this to him before. Stop doing it on social media. Stop attacking people on social media. It will not stay on social media. It will be on here forever and ever and ever and ever. And anything that comes up, people will Google you, they will look for you, and then it will get worse and worse and worse. Stop it. All these people that I've met on here, Red, Claire, all the other people that I've met through what's going on. I can honestly say they're probably one of the nicest people that I've had the privilege to bump into on this app. It's
And you know
crazy.
what? He's some of my friends defended me on that post. People that know me in real life, not off the app, right? They know me in real life. They defended me on his post, and he came back with was it the fact that I had problems with my passport. That's proof that my name must be Janet, right? Because I had problems with my passport. My name is not Janet, has never been Janet, and I'm going to reiterate this over and over again. I did have problems getting a passport. I had to apply for my daughter's passport for a trip to France the other week, right? Belgium and France. She went on a battlefield
And
tour,
can we just clarify?
right?
It was about 3 weeks. It was a little bit longer than that.
Oh, do you know what? I can't even remember at the
Yeah,
moment.
because
My brain's
he will try and bring
buzzed.
that up.
I'll give you the dates when I've got it written down. My daughter will know. She's got a better memory than me when it comes to my memory with dates is terrible, right? Once the date's gone, I forget about it. All I cared about was Iron Maiden last night, and then like my next thing will be my next concert, whatever. Right? Anyway, beside the point. My daughter was going to France for the weekend, so I had to apply for a passport. And the school rule is that a parent has to have a valid passport in case anything goes wrong, that we can go over and collect our child, right? So I have never owned a passport. Right? I'm 52. I've never owned a passport. I tried to get one a couple of years ago, and because I didn't know my parents' details, I didn't know my mum's surname. I didn't know their dates of birth or anything like that. And you have to put your parents' stuff on there, don't you, on the form? Are you still there? Because my thing keeps my earpod keeps on going in and out. So my thing was right. Oh, I'll go through it again. In 2002, I had no intentions of marrying my husband, right, father of three of my children. So I changed my surname to his surname so that me and my youngest three children had the same name, and I changed my eldest two children's surnames because their dad wasn't in the picture, so that we all had the same name, right? And I did it in a solicitor's. It's all above board change of name deed. It wasn't actually deed poll, it was change of name deed. That's been used my whole life. Right, I did get married in 2003, a year later, because we couldn't get a married quarter when my husband was in the army without being married. We thought we might have been able to, but we didn't. So we got married anyway. So that was awkward. Like I say, went from Turner to Turner when I got married. And when I applied for a passport and my daughter's passport, they questioned my deed poll certificate because it didn't have my old signature on. So this is a signature from before 2002, right? For my maiden name. It didn't have my previous signature on. Well, back then you didn't need to put your old signature on. It just had a space for your new name, address, witnesses, and your new signature. So there was a backwards and forwards by email. They sent me the deed poll. I signed it and went to send it back, and then they emailed me to say we've approved your passport application. So I didn't even need to sign it anyway. But that was the issue I had, and it went on for a week or two. This backwards and forwards email. So yeah, I did have problems with my passport. But again, all documented by email. So fucking stupid that he's even like questioning that. My name isn't and has never been Janet or Janice. I've always had the same first name. I've always had the same middle name. I've changed my surname by deed poll before I got married, and I've only had 2 surnames in my life. The idea that I don't even know where this Janet's come from, because there's nothing in these newspaper reports about any Janet. A
No,
woman
no.
was arrested. She was cleared and let go because she was nothing to do with it, and she wasn't named for that reason.
And the only Janet Turner that's in that area is actually a director for a company for Turner's Holdings, who was born in 53.
Yeah, see, yeah, that's definitely not me. That's the same year as my mother was born, I think. Oh
No,
no,
you've got a few
52
greys
now.
now, Red.
But you know, I've aged really well if that's the case. Oh, it's wild, man. Do you know what? I do get people make mistakes with my name because they add a letter on, because my name with a letter added on is a more common name than my actual name. So people do mistake my name often.
Do you
But
often get
it's
called Abel as well?
it's like adding an I to Claire. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like I'm sure some people add an I to Claire or take an I away from a Claire.
I get it.
It's one of them.
I get Fraser.
And I bet people put a Z in there instead of an
Yeah.
F.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. You know, it drives me mad, but you know,
But yeah, but you know what pisses me off?
yeah.
My daughter and my teenage son are going to call me Janet for the next fucking God knows how long. They're going to be like, "Yeah, all right, Janet," just to piss me off.
Alicia, do you feel like making another petition? Just thought it might be one we can then just put people on there and add them to it. That would be an entertaining scenario.
Oh, Ozzy, please don't. Do not call me. If you call me Janet, we are not going out for a coffee ever again.
I promise you, if it was your birthday, I'd send you a birthday card with it in. I really would.
Oz, if you like the tyres on your bike.
That's yeah.
But yeah, I mean, to be fair, and I don't mean it, I'm not threatening or anything, but I'm glad he doesn't live closer to me. Because my boys have got bad tempers, and I know a lot of men in my life that have got bad tempers that will not put up with that shit. And I would have to beg them not to do anything about this.
Yeah.
I definitely have to beg them not to knock on somebody's door. Do you know what I mean? Because like boys and their mums, you know what it's like.
Can we just say Claire and Chris? Can you get a room, please?
Oh, Claire and Chris are terrible.
Honestly,
Terrible.
just get a room. You know what I mean?
I'm glad somebody's that people are being nice to each other and just, something good's happening on the fucking app.
All right, well, darling, I'm going to jump down.
Yeah, okay, no worries.
You know where I am.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you for support.
Anytime.
And anyone in this live ever call me fucking Janet, right? There's going to be problems because it's not Janet. Oh, and I say one thing because I know somebody to do with Stell will be listening. Stell, take that video down and do not mention this case again, because it has effect. This is a real person that was unalived, and they have a real family that live near me, right? And it is not fair to drag this up 10 years later for them, right? And they know I'm not involved in it, right? Take it down, be a big boy, and talk about something else. Otherwise, I promise you, I am involved in the police, because it is defamation. It is an outright fucking lie, and it is affecting my children, as did your other video. And I'm not having my 15-year-old daughter being frightened to come home while I'm at work or while I'm out or to see my sister or anything else. And she's too scared to be in the house for an hour after school because she thinks that you're an absolute nutter and the people that follow you must be nutters too. That is my 15-year-old daughter's attitude. And I can get her in there now and she'll tell you herself. She thinks your followers are absolutely crackers for even following you. So she is scared of you and scared of them.
Can I just say, Red, well done once again for sticking up for yourself, defending yourself, and also for giving justice to all of us who are having to go through Stalky Stell's wrath. But also, can I just completely give a huge big up to Poppy as well for having a complete voice of reason, and she was so eloquent and mature in this particular situation. Because I know my boys are furious with the situation. They wouldn't have been able to contain themselves. So well done,
My
Poppy.
daughter's 15, right? And I want to teach my daughter, I don't care whether it's male, female, or anything in between. You stand up for yourself, you stand up for what is right, and don't let anyone bully you or bully the people you love. And like, I'm proud of my daughter for speaking up. People are saying, well done, Poppy, for speaking up.
She was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. She's certainly followed in her mum's footsteps. You ought to be very proud of her. And yeah, I think a couple of comments is, yes, we need another petition, Alicia, that has to be done. Secondly, I hope you don't mind that I did let Geraldine in, because this was important for
Yes,
her
no, I did notice.
as
That's
well.
fine. That's absolutely fine. I think, yeah, it is important that she knows.
And thirdly, I don't know if I can not call you Janet now, to be frank with you.
Don't do it, Claire, don't do it. I might actually open a new account and Janet Turner.
But in all seriousness, this allegation that he's made, there is an underlying family that have suffered a devastating loss that he cannot just weaponize for the sake of just wanting to be a dick. And this is sadly is his modus operandi, is he weaponizes every trauma in order to gain some sort of notoriety and clout. But you're gaining the notoriety and clout you're looking for, Stell, but not in the right way.
Yeah.
And just before I'll drop down, I'll say it once again. Take my son's picture off your phone, along with the other children's pictures you have on there. And the fact that you were talking on a 15-year-old's bedroom as well. Everybody, please stay away from this man. It's deeply concerning, his obsession he has with other people's children.
Claire's now Frank. Wonky. Don't. Frank and Janet.
Frank and Janet, that's the new account name. But well done, Red. Well done. You did really well.
Thank you.
Good job. I'll drop down.
Thanks. And I would like to say as well, yeah, definitely, there is a family that's affected by this. And I don't believe for a second that Stell was approached by a member of this family. They are a lovely family. They wouldn't do that. They certainly wouldn't do that to me, because I'm friends with these people. I think, and I believe, and I'd put money on it, that he's Googled my name, Googled the area I live in. I did give him the wrong road, and the first road that I could think of was the road behind me, right? So he's Googled Turner, he's Googled Pembroke Close, Mildenhall. And anyone, as I say, anyone that's in this live, if you Google those three things together, it will come up this unaliving. And he's put 2 and 2 together without doing any more research, right? Like anyone that comes up with that sort of information and doesn't do research and then decides to run with it and put a video up isn't right in the head. That he needs sectioning, and I will stand by that. He absolutely needs sectioning. He's not right. He's a danger to people, probably a danger to himself, but definitely a danger to women. And anyone that's still around him, know that when he comes for you, that there will be support from us lot. We will support you, because we know how manipulative he was with us, and we know what damage he's done and what he can do. So know that we're not going to be against you, right? We'll leave you. We're not going to approach you, but if you ever need us, me, Claire, and there are other people, that we will be there for you. Okay. That's all I need to say today, but I'm going to go. I'm going to spend some time with my daughter. Thank you for everyone that's come in and understood that I'm not an accomplice to an unaliving. You know, that it is crazy, and that this man is off his head. Thank you. Love you all. Bye.